Welcome to the IT Career Energizer podcast. For anyone who wants to build and grow a career in IT, develop and improve your strengths and skills, be inspired and motivated by the successes of others, manage your career progression, and achieve your IT career goals. And now, your host, Phil Burgess.
Welcome to episode 308 of the IT Career Energizer podcast. My guest on today's show is a full-stack developer. She has developed and delivered more than 200 websites over the last 9 years, ranging from static to fully fledged networking and e-commerce sites. She is now focused on creating tutorials and courses to simplify web development for beginners. So it's my pleasure to welcome to the podcast, Shruti Balasa.
Hey Phil, thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction.
No, you're welcome. So, full stack developer, could you perhaps give us a bit of an understanding of what that means? Because I think a lot of people talk about front end, back end, but it's quite useful to understand what full stack development really entails.
Yes, definitely. So I began my career I began my career without even knowing that it's full stack development. What happened was I got approached by a very good friend of mine who's also a mentor. He said, "I have a very nice idea for a web app. Would you be interested to develop it?" I said, "I'm very new to it. I just have little knowledge about it, but maybe I could try." So I started, and when you have to develop a web app all by yourself, you need to know both front end and back end. So there was nobody else helping me in this. I had to learn everything, and soon I realized that okay, this is called full stack web development. And when you're the only person handling everything, even the operations, even the hosting, maintenance, and everything, yeah, you're called a full stack web developer. But generally, when people take up jobs, they want to specialize in something, and that's why they either specialize in front end or back end. But yes, there are a lot of people who are able to focus on both, and yeah, that's what is a full stack web developer.
Okay, and you've now developed and designed 200 websites.
Yes, that's right.
That's quite a quantity. So, is there a range of people you've created websites for, or is it one particular industry sector?
No, there are many industries. So I was working at a startup, which was not a technology startup. It was into training mostly. So I had to develop the backend for a lot of other operational requirements, which is why many of them were very small web apps. Which could simply, probably somebody would come and enter their details or do their weekly reporting, something like that. But the startup also needed some external funding, so I also took up web development projects in the time I had. That's when I built websites for restaurants, for construction companies, temples, and so many more such industries, so not limited to any one industry. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. Is it something you still do? I know you focus now on the sort of helping other people develop their careers, but do you still keep your hand in and do you still create and design websites?
Very little. I could say about 10% of my focus is on development, because I also need to stay at the edge of what is happening right now. But most of it is about, passing on that knowledge.
Yes, good. Okay, fine. Right. Shruti, can you maybe give us a career tip, one that the audience may not be aware of?
Yes, this might be an unpopular opinion. I would like to give a tip that, I want you all to be open to any opportunities, at least in the beginning of your career. So I got an opportunity for for doing some marketings, for some sales. I took up that. I got an opportunity to teach math at school for grade 11 and 12. I took up that as well. Yes, that was just for about a month, but I took it up. I got an opportunity to design some brochures or pamphlets. I took that up. I took up almost anything that came my way without thinking too much. So there's a lot of advice these days that you should learn to say no. You should really specialize into one thing. Yes, all that is true, but that comes a few years into your career when you really know what you're good at. Until then, I would really advise everyone to try your hands at everything, because you never know where you're really good at until you try your hands. There might not be much money or returns in what you're trying, but that's okay. It's going to pay you off in the future. That's what I believe.
Good. No, that's a good point. I think it is definitely worth trying different things because until you do, you don't really know what you like and what you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Shruti, can you share with us your worst career moment and what you learned from that experience?
Yeah, there are quite a few, but I can point out to one of them. So, like I mentioned before, I used to build a lot of web apps which would support the training that was happening in the startup. So, one of them was I had to build a voting system where there were 10 people competing against each other. So, they had to get their friends to vote. Come onto the web app and log in with Facebook. That was what was majorly, I mean, Facebook was what was famous among college students 6 7 years ago. So they would come log in with Facebook and cast their vote so that we could make sure that not too many, no duplicate entries are possible. So I didn't realize I had introduced a loophole in that, and somebody figured it out, and very cleverly they entered random email IDs initially, and we just never checked the backend. We only checked the count of the votes. So one person hacked the system and he won. Only after a month we realized that when we were actually checking the email IDs, we realized that a lot of them bounced, and then found out that there was a loophole in the system. So that's when I felt I made, I let way for somebody to actually cheat and win, while the actual winner was, somebody else, and she lost because of a mistake that I did. So that was I felt like a real imposter that time, and I felt I was not fit for developing any of those systems. But yeah, slowly I learned the lesson that I need to check for all of these. Security, robustness, all of these are really important. So that still stays in my mind whenever I'm developing something. I think of the worst possible scenario that could happen, the worst way somebody could hack it, and try and protect it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting to hear, but very good. Okay, can you tell us about your career highlight?
Yes, it would actually be the very beginning of my career. I was in third year of my computer science degree when we had Microsoft coming to our campus to select students for internship. So that was the first time I encountered an actual, a real interview, a real technical quiz, aptitude test, and all of that. I really had no hopes that I would even clear the technical, the quiz, the aptitude test. So I just appeared for the interview. I appeared for the test. I wrote it, and when I discuss the answers, this happens, right? You come out of the test, and then you discuss with your friends, and all of them have got different answers. You have got a different answer. So I felt, okay, that's it. I haven't cleared this, so let me just walk out of the campus. I decided I'm not clearing it anyway. Just when I was about to exit, somebody came running up to me, and he said, "Hey, your name is on the list. You've been selected for the technical interview." That came as a shock. And I said, okay, that's interesting. Let me attend the interview. It was my very first interview. I had absolutely not prepared for it because I had no hopes. I felt every other person is better than me. Why would I even make it to this interview? But then, yeah, I made it. I made through the first round, the second round, the third round. I saw people slowly disappearing from there because they weren't making into the next rounds, right? And finally we were just four of us left out of I think 200 plus students in the whole campus who got to write. There were just four at the end who actually got through the interview and were selected for the internship. So I was the only one in my entire class of 60 people who got selected. So when I entered my class the next day, I could see the eyes of every other person, and they were looking up to me. That was a highlight. I felt okay, so I belong in this industry. This is who I am. That was the highlight, and I don't think any other moment has surpassed that.
Yeah, I think that selection process is quite tough, isn't it? In terms of the way you have to go through multiple rounds and so forth. But I suppose the takeaway from that is that although there's a select few that are chosen at any one time, it's a continuous process, and you can always reapply and go through the process again. So
Yes,
yes, people do make it through.
yes,
That's the point.
yes, yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Good. Okay. So, what excites you about the future of the IT industry and careers in IT?
Personally, for me, the fact that there's constant learning in this, you have to keep learning, you have to keep yourself updated, and I love that. And by learning more, I'm able to teach more, and I'm making my career out of it. So what's better than that? Personally, I because I really love learning. But if you ask for somebody new to this field, they might feel overwhelmed about there's so much to learn. The same thing can make them feel quite dejected, that how will I even keep up with so many things that are happening. For those people, I would like to say that they can look forward to small wins every single day. So your code works, one single line of code you write, it works, and that gives you some joy. And then you write something more, and you write a code, and it actually does what you expect it to do. That's a small win. There are such small wins every single day in your life. I don't know if there's any other career that gives you such feedback on a daily basis. That's what excites me, in this field especially.
Good. Okay. Right. We're going to go into the reveal round now. We're going to find out a little bit more about you and the way you think. You ready for this?
Oh yeah, yes.
So, what first attracted you to a career in IT?
It was the thing that I could put my problem solving ability to test, and I'm good at it. That's a strength I have. I was not sure where I could make use of the strength unless I came face to face with IT. And I felt, wow, so logic and analytical ability is where I'm strong at, and that's what attracted. So if this career is all about it, then yeah, that's where I belong, is what I felt.
Yes. Yeah. What is the best career advice you've ever received?
That was 1 year ago from my mentor. He said, why don't you start a YouTube channel? I'm sure you have a lot of tips to share in your journey of developing so many websites, self learning, and so much. You sure will have something to share. I said, yeah, I do, but I don't know if anyone's even interested to watch my tutorials. He said, you never know, you just start. And that turned out to be a really good advice. I followed it, and today I already have 4,000 subscribers in 1 year, though the number of videos I have released is just about 50.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it's been taken well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you produce a video about once a week?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And what is the worst career advice you've ever received?
There were a few, but I have taken none of them. Though the I was selected for. I got placed at Citrix, which is a very good MNC, right after college. And just within 9 months of working there, I felt job environment is not something that suits me. I want to feel ownership of whatever I'm developing. I want to be involved all over it, and not just be a small part of it. So I felt job is not for me. I wanted to quit, and I wanted to join my mentor's startup. So I went up to my manager and said, I want to put my papers down. So he made me sit for 30 minutes giving me advice of why my decision is wrong, and how he also actually quit and joined a startup, thought of doing so many things, but he failed and he came back to it. So he kept advising me, you're still at the very beginning of your career, at least give it 2 3 more years, and then you could take a chance like this. I said no. I have decided I'm going for it right now. I wish I could meet him someday and just tell him that things went fine.
Yeah. I think the thing about that is that everybody is different.
Yes, yes.
And one person's experience will be different to the next person's experience. So,
I agree.
yeah, I can understand why he would have said that. But
Absolutely, yes.
obviously, from your perspective, you'd assessed the situation and you felt that was the right thing for you to do, and it was for you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. If you were to begin your career again in today's world, what would you do?
Well, the first thing I would probably do is join Twitter
Yeah.
and follow all the all the people who are very much into tech in the field that I'm really interested in, working on things that I would really be working on, and stay updated, because I felt lonely in the initial years. I probably didn't even know that such an amazing community exists on Twitter, or maybe it didn't exist 9 years ago, and I felt very lonely along my journey. There were so many doubts. I didn't know whom to ask, or I felt very what do you say, low on confidence to even ask my questions. That I would really change if I were to start today. I would reach out to more people and ask. Even if they don't answer, there's nothing to lose. But if they do answer, then I'm progressing much faster. I guess I would have progressed much faster if I had asked more questions.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. There are a lot of very helpful people out there and they will answer. So it's worth asking.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
And what career objectives are you currently focusing on?
So currently, I want to simplify web development or coding concepts that people usually find complex, though they aren't. The way they are put across, maybe in documentation or tutorials, it just doesn't make sense to a lot of people. I know of a different approach. I know of a better approach of teaching so many concepts, and I'm very eager to do so and share my knowledge so that people are able to grasp the concepts much better, much faster, yeah, through video tutorials, ebooks, courses, even tech talks and workshops, training, all of these mediums. I would like to address this one thing because I realized I'm good at teaching. I want to continue doing that.
Okay. And what's the number one non technical skill that has helped you in your career so far?
For me, it's been public speaking. I was an introvert. I still like to call myself an introvert or maybe an ambivert. But I was very bad at stage. I would shiver a lot. I wouldn't be able to utter a single word if you put me on stage. But I got into network marketing, and slowly I had to talk to a lot of new people. I felt I was improving by the day. My communication skills kept improving, my confidence improved. Slowly, I made a few stage presents for small gatherings of 20 people, 30 people, 50, and it went on. I gave a lot of public appearances, which improved my public speaking skills. And today, it's not a problem at all. You put me on stage this very moment and give me any topic in the world, even if I don't know anything, I can talk about it with confidence. So I think that that has helped me a lot. I'm sure you found my speaking skills on YouTube and only then approached me for the podcast, right? So I know that the skill is has kept me going, and that's a strength.
Definitely. And what do you do to keep your own career energized?
Well, I love adventures. So I just venture into anything that comes my way. Like, I recently got an idea of writing an ebook. So I started it. I feel like I want to create a video. I just do it. Somebody approaches me for a training session. I take it up. So I take up anything that interests me right now, and I keep going. I don't think about the income. I don't think about, you know, of where my career is headed. Am I going in the right direction or no? If it excites me, then yes, I am going in the right direction. So that's all. I want to love everything I do. So I take up anything that excites me. That's how I keep my career in energized.
Yes. And what do you do in your spare time away from technology?
Well, to be honest, right now it's in my spare time that I'm working because I have a 3.5 year old that I take care of, and in this pandemic with no schools, no care, I am the stay-at-home mom who is supposed to engage him throughout the day, feed him, clean him up, play with him, teach him everything, right? So I only get about 3 hours a day to do whatever it is, including me time, Twitter, YouTube, or anything I do. 3 to 4 hours is the max. So yeah, that the rest of the time is when I tend to my family and my kid.
Good. Okay. And Shruti, can you share with us a parting piece of career advice?
Yes, I would really like to say it's very important to improve your communication and networking skills. A most important part of networking is that you have to let more people know of what you can do, what you are capable of, or what you can build, what you can deliver. Just keep letting people know. It could be on Twitter, it could be on any social network, or even offline. Just keep telling people that, hey, I design websites, I do this, this is what I do, or look at this work of mine. Just keep sharing, because when there are so many people who get to know what you're capable of, and there is a dearth for talented people around, when people find you and when they need some work that you're capable of doing, they'll pass it on to you, right? But if you don't share, yeah, if you don't share what you're capable of, if you just hide it from others, then you're not going to get some work through, right? Then you'll have to go through the traditional approach of applying for jobs, and even if you are really good at it, unless you showcase it, you're not going to get the job.
Exactly. It's exactly what I was going to say as well. So you need to let people know what you can do.
Yes, yes.
And Shruti, how can we find out more about you and connect with you?
Twitter is the best place. I'm most active there. I even have my direct messages open so anybody can reach out to me. Unless you just say hi or hello, I respond to every single DM. If you ask any question, any specific question, whatever it is, I respond to most of my DMs within a few days at least. That's where you reach out to me. Or, yeah, YouTube is where I keep releasing videos. I try to do at least once every fortnight right now. And very soon, that is next month, I have an ebook coming up. This is my first ebook that I'm publishing, but it's already coming out really good. It's about CSS, Flexbox, and Grid. So those are the two concepts in CSS a lot of front end developers struggle with, and I'm taking an entirely different approach to teaching those two things. So if you just stay connected on Twitter, this is something you can stay updated about.
Good. Excellent. Shruti, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. It's been great chatting with you.
Thank you so much for having me, Phil.
Hi, Phil here again. Well, I hope you enjoyed my conversation with today's guest. You can find full show notes on the website at itcareerenergizer.com/e and the number of the episode you've been listening to. If you haven't already subscribed to the show, please make sure that you do so that you get episodes automatically downloaded to your device every Monday. Thanks for listening and have a great week.
Thanks for listening to the IT Career Energizer podcast. To find out more about building a successful career in IT, visit itcareerenergizer.com.